going on, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Brew Show, where we are drinking brews and talking about it. It is May 30th, 2018, and I am joined by a few special guests today. The whole Crypto Brew crew isn't here tonight, but I think our special guests will make you smile. First off, we got Angela out there in somewhere land.
Spokane, Washington.
Oh yeah, Spokane. Spokane.
So it's the part of Washington no one goes to.
Okay.
But we inherited Washington State's amazing minimum wage, so there's that. That's cool.
Alrighty. What are you drinking over there? You got a brew, right?
I do. Pub beer.
Ooh.
10 Barrel Brewing Company out of Bend, Oregon.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
And our other special guest, our other special guest, Joey, out there in where?
South Carolina, where it always feels like deja vu out here, Charlie.
Hey.
And it's also always hot, wet, and humid.
That sounds fantastic. What are you drinking, man?
Tonight I'm drinking River Rats. It is a twisted lemon wheat beer. First time trying it. It's pretty good.
That was not a convincing face, but we'll take it. And our favorite Jew, how are you?
Oh, the rhymes. Of course, he's drinking a river rat, so he's probably not that enthused about it, to be honest. But, yeah, I'm doing pretty good here, guys. It's pretty hot out here as well, so, staying bold while keeping it cold, you know what I'm saying?
Live by those words.
Exactly. I'm drinking Born and Raised IPA right out of Spokane, Washington. It's a fantastic brew, and I'll actually tell you guys a little bit more about it on the show later on, so stick around.
Ooh, teaser. And I am your host, Charlie, drinking a little Peroni. Ode to Italy and the Italians. I feel for them right now. We'll talk about that as well here shortly. But let's go ahead and jump over to our disclaimer. It ain't fun, but it's gotta happen. Here we go. Educational and entertainment purposes only. Conduct your own due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making. The information provided on the show does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice. Crypto Brew Show is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Conduct your own due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Alrighty. Hashtag NAFAMU, not a financial advisor, my own opinions. You'll hear that periodically throughout the show. And of course, hashtag BYOB, bring your own brew.
Or be your own bank.
With crypto you can. So that's exciting. Let's go ahead and move on to our state of the market. Our special guest, Joey, will take care of that one today. Joey, what's the market look like, man?
Thank you, Charlie. Looking at the market, at number one, we have Bitcoin, 7400 with the 24-hour mark at negative 1%. At number two, we have Ethereum, 559 with a 24 average of negative 1.5%. At number three is Ripple at 60 cents with a 24-hour of 0.15%. Four is Bitcoin Cash. Nobody knows why. 984 with the 24 moving average of negative 0.83%. And then EOS at 1201. 24 moving average at negative 1.56%.
That was a little shot at Bcash. I see you. And yes, absolutely. That's fantastic. Let's go ahead and head over to... Oh, you actually know what? Global market cap hitting at 324 billion. 24-hour volume, 16 billion. And BTC dominance continues to rise. 38%, almost 39%. It'll be interesting to see if that can crest that 40% here in the coming week. Jojo, I know you like the gainers and the losers. What you got?
All right, so first things first about that total market cap and BTC dominance. Soon enough, hopefully we'll have some answers to why that BTC dominance is going up, and maybe it'll shine out a little later in the show as well. But as far as the gainers and losers are concerned, we've got Storica coming up at the top. I'll be honest with you guys, I've never even heard about this coin. First time I read this coin, I thought it said Stork, and I was like, Am I gonna have a baby? I don't want that. Nobody wants a baby. Charlie, my
Hey.
bad. But anyways, coming in right behind that, we got Theta Coin and Dime Coin. It's pretty funny that we got Dime Coin on the list here, but it's not even worth a dime. What the hell, guys? All right.
Fail.
Docademic's still up there. It's still smart, still leading the pack. And then coming in behind that, we've got Gollum, a dear old friend that's been around for a while. So it's keeping it in the game and going strong. Dash still making the dash to the bottom.
Hey.
I think it's trying to go so far down and like shake hands with Satan. That's what it looks like it's doing. I don't know what it's just staying down there. And then, on that we've also got Litecoin Cash, a couple of other coins there. And then also, I bet those people are really upset because I think they probably thought they made a decent bet, but they were mistaken. So, and then
Oh.
that Bitcore, that one hurts to the core, guys. All right, let's move on.
Wow. No, you were stretching that one, Joseph. You were
The
stretching
stretch.
that one.
The
Alrighty.
6'8" stretch.
Heading over to the crypto market heat map, courtesy of BitScreener. Not great. Not terrible, but not great. Kind of how I feel about the last week. So, there is that. Alrighty, let's go ahead and move over to market news. Headliners. Our first story of the day is Europe's third largest economy. I'm just kidding, that's not the headline. Eurozone financial crisis to bring in a raging Bitcoin revolution. So there's some shitty stuff going on in Italy right now, and just the Eurozone in general. What are you guys' thoughts on that? What about you, Angela? What do you think about that?
It's about time. I mean, what do you expect from them, from those guys? I feel like it's like the weather. Everyone's so surprised when it happens, but it happens all the time.
Yep, that's true. That's true. Joey, you got any thoughts on that?
I think it definitely speaks a lot for where crypto is in a state. Talking about a financial crisis, bringing a Bitcoin revolution to light. It's I don't know, kind of good to read headlines like that. I think it definitely puts a name out there, and if anything, it'll help it grow more for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And Joe?
Clearly they need Trump over there to create a stable economy for them.
Oh my God.
Yes, America.
But anyways, in all seriousness, I think this is pretty cool. I think it's a good thing for Bitcoin overall. And then, like I was hitting at just a second ago, I think that's kind of one of the reasons that we're starting to see some dominance flare out in Bitcoin space, and this could even make it even higher. So we'll see where this goes. But we know that everything out there in the crypto space is all about privatization. So with this, there is going to be that lack of centralization that's going to fail, like it always does. Clear and to the point right here.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly,
Not a surprise.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that was mentioned in the article. Let's see. It has been seen that economies with financial crisis took cryptocurrencies at a much faster rate. Venezuela, Iran, and Zimbabwe are some of the prime deprived economies that in the recent past have eagerly adopted Bitcoin among other digital currencies. So, I mean, you look at this, this just keeps happening. It hasn't stopped happening. So it's just a matter of time before people say, I'm done with you, government, trying to, that can't handle their shit. I'm going to go somewhere else that I have full control over my finances instead of trusting somebody else to have control over said finances. So, again, I think it's good news. Not for Italy.
If you're looking at moving to Zimbabwe anytime soon.
But in the end, I think this is good for crypto. We'll keep it there. Alrighty, next headline here: Wall Street is losing young talents to the crypto industry. Joe, I know you had some thoughts on this article.
Yeah, it's actually not surprising at all. um, because we know that major aspects of the crypto space are really enticing to a lot of people right now. In fact, a recent article just came out about ICOs garnishing 82% growths just right off the bat, and that's just an average. So it makes a lot of sense that folks are leaving um, the exchanges out there and the stocks and securities to come to crypto because that's what they can make money in. And then with that, you've also got Germany tagging in along too. 3 out of 10 of their folks are actually wanting to get into the crypto space. They actually would rather do that in finance versus the stock exchange. So really cool things happening out there. And what else? What else? What do you guys think about this article?
Joy, what you got?
I think it's great, especially the emphasis on like young talents. I think it is good. It kind of shows it's kind of like a longer term thing. Going towards the younger generation coming up, developing this crypto stuff. I think we have some exciting things to look forward to.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's more than just crypto stuff, right? I mean, we're talking about a generation who's been told to completely nurture anything outside of the box and look forward, always look forward, where, we're looking at the past generations of the stock exchange where it's like, okay, well, we need to be looking at what our ancestors did. Okay, well, we have a new leadership coming through, and that's all of us about our age saying, no, we need to be looking forward. And it's not just for like cool kooky granola points. It's actually because it's outside the box. It's something that is bigger and better. And it's not reinventing the wheel so much as it is we don't even need wheels anymore. I mean, we're getting there, right? So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
No, I mean I agree in that sentiment. I mean, the former BlackRock fixed income specialist stated that they, meaning the younger generation, also have less responsibility for managing risks. And I know you mentioned this before, Joe, that people our age don't necessarily have to manage risk as much as, say, a 65-year-old that's about to retire. We could take more risk and seek more reward, because I mean, in the end, one, don't invest more than you're willing to lose or can afford to lose, but we have more time to recoup that loss versus someone that is set in their ways, and has is just with the old system. So this is great to see. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, and that's exactly the case because old timers, no offense to you guys out there if you're watching the show, like I love that you're in crypto, but I just hope you have a lot of money laying around. For us on the show here, we've got the chance to recover, and that's basically where Charlie's getting at. So that's all it is, and I think that's exactly why all this young talent's coming into the markets. So, what else do we got, Charlie?
Yeah. Let's head over to our next double headline. The double. First one is German prosecutors sell seized crypto for millions of euro, and our second, millions of dollars worth of bitcoins seized after a Korean court ruling. If you haven't figured it out yet, these are very similar, which is why it's the double headline of the day. Joe actually brought this one to my attention. So what are your thoughts on, the first one? Let's just go with that.
Yeah. Well, what I'll do is I'll talk a little bit about kind of where I found this and what my thoughts are, and we'll strike up a little bit of a debate here. But like honestly, like the German prosecutors coming into all this like crypto, and they even put in the article, oh yeah, the volatility of the market, we had to sell now to get our share back and all this stuff. And then with the Korean court ruling as far as the seizing of the bitcoins too, okay, are the rich stupid wasp figures or anything like that at the top of the ranks just going to pocket that money? Where's this money going? Is it going to go to those booksellers that the German prosecutor actually took the bitcoins away from pirators from? Like, are they going to send that money in that massive share of wealth that they now have to those authors? I doubt that they are. What are your thoughts on that, guys? Like, do you see the political system as
Yeah.
corrupt as I do?
Okay, but here's what's really cool about that, though. I mean, back to basics, going all the way back to shoelaces and how to tie them. At least they're acknowledging there's value in it. When for so long it's like gray area, yes, no, okay. Banks and governments, oh, well, we're kind of investing in it or we're looking into it, but it's not real, guys. So don't look over here, look over there. But now they're actually acknowledging value to it. That's freaking huge. The other stuff sucks, though.
I mean, you're absolutely right there. Joey, what are your thoughts on that?
It sounds dirty, just going off the headlines, right? Like, it's all about the government stuff, seizing all this Bitcoin, this crypto, a lot of value, and just selling it. And like Joe said, what are they doing with that? But think at the same time, what are they supposed to do? Are they just sit on it and hold it forever? Are they supposed to distribute it out, or like Joe said, sell it, then like distribute money back to people?
You know what I think they should do here in Texas is they should get rid of all these frickin' toll roads.
Hold on, Joe, do that again.
They should get rid of all these frickin' toll roads.
My little speaker from Amazon that I don't want to say the name just decided to butt in the conversation here. I don't remember. I didn't hear what she said though. But no, I mean, Joe, you're absolutely right. I don't know what they're gonna do with. Well, no, I do know what they're gonna do with the money. They're gonna auction it off. They're gonna auction it off to people. Normally, 9 times out of 10, I mean, they just, what does it say? They auction off assets seized during criminal investigations is common practice by law enforcement agencies worldwide. So, where that goes, who knows? It could easily, they could say, "Hey, I'm auctioning it off," and it could go straight back to someone from the government buying it. But I mean, I don't think it's certainly not going to go back to those the not counterfeit, but the illegally obtained audiobooks and all that. I mean, if it does, great. I mean, I hope it does. But yeah, it'll be. I don't know how I feel about that.
I think my main thing is not necessarily about the assets themselves, but the euro, like the money, the actual fiat currency. Like they've got all of that money that's just built up now. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that. I think that they should redistribute that wealth to those folks that had their audiobooks stolen.
Yeah, but you're telling people that have accrued so much debt to redistribute wealth.
Yeah.
So many greedy motherfuckers. Sorry, excuse my language. Excuse my French, Italian. But honestly, though, I really like what Angela said. I lost my train of thought.
That's okay. At least it's relevantly has a value.
Oh,
they're acknowledging it.
Yes, absolutely. That's what beer does to you. By the way, Spaten Optimator is delicious. You can't really say.
Oh.
The Optimator.
The Optimator. But the fact that they're legitimizing crypto by selling it and saying, "Hey, this is worth something," whether or not they're trying to fire sale it and get rid of it or keep it, they're legitimizing it. And you're absolutely right on that in that regard. So anyway, we'll see what happens there. Let's jump over to our next headline here. Tron will officially launch the Mainnet at 11 a.m. on May 31st, which is tomorrow morning, actually, for us. If you're watching this at a certain different time, it may have well passed. But they will have a YouTube live stream, apparently. What are your thoughts on, the Tron Mainnet launch, and then just Mainnet launches in general? Are they a big thing? Are they a small thing? buy the rumor, sell the news? What's your thoughts on that? We'll start with Joe.
Well, I mean, actually, Charlie, I just want to kind of dish this one back to you, man. I actually don't know enough about mainnet launches to really give an accurate answer to this. I mean, it sounds great. I know the social space in crypto is a major aspect of that. So the fact that they're doing this and they're gonna like have social media behind it, I think that presence is awesome. But what exactly is a mainnet? Is that just them going live on like the World Wide Web?
So think if I remember correctly, I believe Tron right now is a ERC20 token. I may be incorrect there. But I mean, just think about like instead of, let's just say theoretically, for the sake of argument, that it is a ERC20 token. When their mainnet goes live, they're going to have their own tokens on their own mainnet. So they're going to have their own wallet. You're not going to be using the Ethereum network anymore. They're going to have their own network and their own nodes and their own blockchain. So that's what the mainnet signifies, and testnet for argument's sake. So I mean, I know you guys are fairly crypto newbies, I guess we could call it.
Yeah.
I mean, so your initial thoughts. Do you have any questions, concerns, Angela, about this headline? I know again you don't know much about this. It all probably looks foreign to you.
Hey, but nerd at heart, so I can kind of understand what your language there. So I guess it sounds like it's more of like a distribution platform on its own, and as far as its like own product, its own form of
absolutely, yeah. They're going to be launching their own product.
So they need that. Like we need that. We should be getting excited about it, right? Because this isn't going to slow down. This isn't going to slow down. There's only not going to only be these coins, right? There's not going to be these many trucks out there.
This is more of a time where Tron is put up or shut up. That can their platform actually deliver what it says in their white paper that it can deliver? This is the big test, and it's going to see if they can do what they say they can do. Joy, you've been in the crypto scene for a little while now. What are your thoughts on this?
Definitely for a little bit. I'm kind of erring on the side of Joe. Don't know a lot about it. I've heard Tron all over the freaking place. I know it was really big, then it kind of dropped off quite a bit. Last I heard of Tron, they had some interview with the creator of it, and it totally flopped. So it'd be interesting to see what happens here. If it does make it, if it's successful, if there's people who are going to adopt it, going to make apps on it, assuming it'd be some sort of competitor with like the Ethereum blockchain, like I said, the ERC20 tokens. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, they will be a competitor, essentially, to Ethereum in the sense of they will have their own dApps on their network and whatnot. So we will definitely have to see what happens there. That actually leads us into our next slide, which happens to be notable upcoming mainnet and testnet launches. Oyster was actually supposed to release yesterday, but apparently they were delayed. There was a lengthy post, I believe, on Reddit from the founder of Oyster talking about why they didn't release. They found a bug, and I mean that was pretty much it. They found a bug. I mean, any programmer can relate. You try to quickly release a product for your investors or your believers, and try to meet the expectations, and bugs happen. So
And then it flops like Verge.
well,
any marketing person knows that you better do it 80-20 at least.
Very true, very true. And let's not
what a letdown.
let's not throw Verge out there with Oyster in the same sentence, okay? For anyone that doesn't know, I mean, last week we talked about Verge being hacked for a second time, and it has come to everyone's attention that they were hacked for a third time. So We're again
Stop.
not even the same sentence. I really believe Oyster is a legitimate project, and hopefully they could figure out that bug and get that mainnet online. But of course, Tron right there, mainnet May 31st tomorrow. Divi, Knowles, Fusion EOS, Origin Trail, VeChain. There's some big names up here. Ontology has been going cray since it came out on the exchanges. And yeah, so this was actually brought to us by Loriana90 on Twitter. She ended up posting this picture, and I wanted to use it because it is very informative. So thank you very much. Let's go ahead and move on to our beer of the week. Jojo, I know you teased this one earlier. Do it.
Yeah, guys. All right, so we got sweet beer this week. It's called Born and Raised. It's an IPA, India Pale Ale. It is actually 7% alcohol by volume. Oh, yeah. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that was the sound of this big, bold, copper-colored ale, which showcases Munich and crystal malts and yada, yada, yada. It's a beer, so drink it. It's amazing. It won some awards in Washington in 2016. Comes in some amazing quantities of packs. And it got a 3.77 out of 5. Very good rating. And it's no lie. This is a good beer. From the No Lie Brewing Company. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Joseph. How about you? Since you just opened it, how does that taste? What are your thoughts on that?
It tastes like rays of sunshine in crisp, open spans of space.
Does it taste like big bold
curling water?
Does it taste
background.
like big bold copper-colored ale in your mouth?
Have you been with a redhead?
Alrighty, thank you. That is our beer of the week, Born and Raised. If you see that in your local stores, hey, maybe pick one up. 7%. Honestly, I wish I had one right now, but I don't, so that's sad. Alrighty, moving on. Hop sheets, hello. I know we used a couple this week. Jojo, what you think?
All right, yeah. So once again, guys, hop sheets are pretty awesome. These are our main aspects where we actually do a lot of the research on our own. We get a lot of technical analysis on the coins themselves, see exactly where the trends are going, check out some sweet new beers, understand the teams that are involved, as well as understand the product itself. And, this is where we do our due diligence, put in the white paper research, and throw it all together on this one sheet so we can kind of pitch the idea of these coins to our fellow crypto crew here. So just keep sticking around. We're currently compiling a little bit of a database on these, so we may have some for you to see here in future shows. And who knows, if we like you a lot, we may bring you on board and let you see some of them. All right.
Ooh, you're so saucy, Joseph. You're so saucy. Alrighty. Thank you. And we will head over to our distilled thoughts. We have today a special one that's near and dear to my heart, solely because I use it pretty much every day. But we have BitPay. BitPay. Honestly, let's go ahead and just start right off the bat. I know this is fairly new to Joey and Angela. BitPay, let's just throw it out there. What do you think that is?
Well, I certainly know.
True,
From about.
we filled you in, but Joey has zero idea. So actually, we'll throw the question over to Joey. BitPay, what are your first thoughts when you hear that name?
It sounds like a debit card that you can use to pay with cryptocurrency.
It sounds like you are Googling it.
I'm looking at the slide, but that's my first impression on it. Which I guess it's good. I guess it's good on their part that I can tell what it is. But
Hey, there you go. That's the first thing you see when you log into or when you go to bitpay.com. It is a Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash debit card. You can accept or merchants can accept Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, store them, spend them securely, or turn Bitcoin into dollars with a BitPay card, which is the prepaid Visa debit card. We could throw it over here. Blockchain payments from wallet to checkout. You can accept blockchain payments. They have an app. You can accept just a secure Bitcoin wallet. As you can see, actually, the next one right there. Securely store your Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, and you can spend it anywhere that Visa is spendable. It's just like think of it as a Visa prepaid debit card. You take your Bitcoins, you could put them in the BitPay wallet, Bitcoin wallet, or you could put them in any other Bitcoin wallet, and then load your BitPay card, and then spend it on any Visa accepted merchants. There's a wallet right there. It is accepted on the App Store, Google Play, Mac, Windows, Linux. You could create multiple wallets, personal wallets, savings account if you want. That person right there has 21 Bitcoin. Jealous. And you could also link your BitPay cards, so you could always see exactly how much you have on said card. There's a few other items in the app that I've used before. You actually could buy Amazon gift cards through there as well. And there's a couple other foreign ways to go about it. I don't like something in Brazil. I don't know. I don't live in Brazil, so I didn't look into that. So that's what the card looks like. My card certainly doesn't say Satoshi Nakamoto. But for anyone that doesn't know, Satoshi Nakamoto is he, she, them, they, aliens. That's the person that created the Bitcoin white paper in the very beginning. But yeah, turn Bitcoin into dollars and spend anywhere. The BitPay card lets you load dollars anywhere using your Bitcoin wallet, get instant withdrawals from Visa-compatible ATMs, and spend with any Visa merchant. So, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been a lifesaver in the sense of needing to use your Bitcoin to purchase things. I mean, I don't love using my Bitcoin, but sometimes you just got to use some Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? So, Jojo, I know you were about to say something, so go for it, man.
As far as this card is concerned, just taking a look at this, has anyone tried to hack this card yet? I mean, Satoshi Nakamoto, I bet he's making bank, or she's making bank. So somebody get on that. Anyways, in reality, the question that I did want to ask is, I don't see a chip on this for readability. Is that something that's on your card, Charlie, since you have one?
No, they don't have a chip. No chip.
And that's like to help out for privacy infringement, and it actually makes it more secure on most Visa and debit cards nowadays. Do you know if they may be doing something to like make that more privatized? I know you're only putting on the card what you need, so even if it does get lost or stolen or somebody does end up hacking it, you can just order a new one.
Right. I'm not aware of any anything where they say they're gonna add that. But I wouldn't, like you said, I wouldn't doubt. I mean, that's pretty the norm these days. So I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up coming out with some kind of chip on their card. But Joey, since this is the first time you heard about it, and maybe a first time that a lot of our viewers are going to hear about it, what are your initial questions or concerns or thoughts just in general about it?
I think it's cool as shit. I didn't even know this thing existed. I mean, that's always been a big question, that I've had and that I've heard from other people. Like, how am I supposed to use that in like today's world or whatever? You definitely have, two types of people: the holders that are like, oh, you don't worry about using it now because it'll be, everything one day, and then you have, I guess, people who like want to use it now, and this is a good way. It's pretty interesting to see something like this. I guess this early in the game, if you will. I know it's been around for a while, crypto, but interesting to see a card that you can use to do stuff like this, especially backed by like Visa. kind of going on a point previously made, it kind of like, validates that this stuff is actually worth something, right? That people are going to accept it. And I feel like, that absolutely they'll have to put a chip on it at some point, right? Then I feel like the more it grows and bigger it gets, then, it'll probably be sooner than later.
Yeah, and absolutely. And with you saying that, I mean, what happens is when you want to load your card, you put your whatever Bitcoin you want to load onto it into a Bitcoin wallet, whether it's the app's wallet through BitPay or any other like Electrum or any other Bitcoin wallet, and you go to the website and you put exactly how much you want to load it with, and it'll send a transaction to said wallet, and you just load it with exactly that much, and it'll take the exchange rate of Bitcoin, what it's currently at, and it will load your card just like I said, a prepaid a card. And I have yet to have it not work for me. Starbucks. I bought my new phone with it, my OnePlus 6. I bought lots of stuff with it, and it's worked really well. So, Angela.
So what happens when someone gets the smart idea to transfer what they have when the market's at an all-time high into their Visa card for so they can use it, and they kind of hold on to it? How is that any different than pulling out of an investment? I mean, what are the implications of that? I guess those are just my questions. And of course, with the exchange rate changing so dynamically, so often, who's to say, I mean, what's worth what at what time, and how people could be really shady? I don't know. But
I mean,
that's just what I think about it.
Let me tell you, if you have the wherewithal to pull out your money in Bitcoin at its all-time high and put it in your BitPay card, kudos to you. All right, we need to follow your lead. But with that being said,
well, what does that mean with taxes?
I mean, well, with that being said, I mean, the BitPay card, when you sign up, I mean, they ask for your social. They ask for, I mean, they get some pertinent details on said signer upper. So,
okay.
I mean, they definitely got it. I'm sure they're going to be reporting to the IRS and telling the IRS exactly how much you're loading and spending. So you're just going to, I mean, in the end, I don't know if what you're loading and spending has really anything. Like BitPay isn't going to deal with taxes. It's all going to be, they're going to be just be reporting what you're spending to the IRS.
Sure.
And then it's up to you to do your own taxes and manage your own finances in that regard. But as far as the exchange rate goes, like I said, with this specific card, it's solely on the second you load your card, it takes that current exchange rate and then puts it on there. So once your funds are on that card, and like regardless of whether Bitcoin goes up or down, your funds are loaded. You've already done that.
Sweet.
So there are a few competitors out there. I know, Joe, you were asking about the competitors, and I mean, Cardano has a card, or has a card upcoming, at least slated for release to use Cardano. I don't know if they're going to allow Bitcoin. And then, of course, there is, I mean, pretty much any crypto out there wants to do debit cards, wants to do a crypto specific to their card. I know Smart Cash is trying to do a smart card just solely for Smart Cash. Again, I'm not sure if they're going to be allowing Bitcoin or multiple currencies. I know 10x is a company out there that has a little bit of a different card that it's a cryptocurrency wallet. You can load the card with any Bitcoin or Ethereum or ERC20 tokens, and it's a little bit different. It's not necessarily a prepaid card. You load your wallet with cryptocurrency, and then you would just use that card at any location that accepts Visa. Any location that accepts Visa, and it would transfer your crypto to fiat for that specific transaction. Instead of loading your card up beforehand, it would do it specifically for that transaction every time. And then that would go back to what you were saying, Angela, in the sense of, well, what happens with exchange rates? Well, if Bitcoin goes down $1,000, all of a sudden that thing you were buying is that much more expensive if you use your 10x card in that regard. So a little bit different. Pros and cons are there, but
So I'm still kind of like hung up on the tax thing, man. Just because that's a brilliant point, because technically that is an exchange of the currency to fiat. So technically that transaction needs to be taxed.
Capital gains.
Yeah, because you're making your capital gains as soon as you pull it out.
Dang.
right.
So I don't know how that's.
I mean,
So you're going to take all of your transactions on your card and add them to what's in your wallet?
maybe the capital gains is solely on the transfer to the card, because you're already paying taxes when you're fucking paying for whatever item with the card, right? So you, as a card user, would probably be responsible for calculating those taxable gains or capital gains when you transfer that Bitcoin over to fiat. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get you. So because you're actually taking the Bitcoin
Because-
and transferring it to fiat before you
Right.
use
In one transaction. Because you have to do that first with the BitPay card.
Okay. All right, I got you. All right,
So-
that makes sense. Never mind then.
Yeah. And real quick, anybody else got anything to say about BitPay or anything? Yeah? No? Yeah?
Yeah, BitPay. First step. Maybe it'll actually be a currency. We won't have to worry about talking about taxes. Yay.
All right, let's move on. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, question of the week. Actually, it's going to be result of the last week here. Let's see. What crypto will be ranked 25 on Coin Checkup next week? Oaks had Siacoin, Joe and Kurt had Zilliqa, Roan had Omise Go, and I had 0x. So, what do we got? Joe! Zilliqa hasn't moved a damn bit.
Told you the market wasn't doing anything this week.
Guess what you do? Well, guess what you get? Virtual brews! Yay!
Yeah.
Joe, would you like to say anything about your win today? Good talk.
Cheers
All
to more beers. Exactly. Fair enough.
All right. Let's go ahead and move into our actual question of the week. What will be the 7-day percentage for Bitcoin next week? Either you think it's going to go up, you think it's going to go down. What percent will it go up or down in that 7-day period? Let us know your answer in the comments down below. But we first want to know what Angela thinks. What do you think Bitcoin is going to do in the next 7 days?
Do I get is there a curve? Like in forecasting, we get a 3% curve where it's like technically.
I bet a lot of traders would love a grading on the curve on their trades.
Yeah, let's keep it flat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what do you
Manage
think?
that expectation because it's been not great.
We're at what were we at the beginning of the show? 7,400. So what do you think?
I'm gonna stay flat. I'm staying flat.
All right.
That's like bidding $1 on Price is Right?
No, I heard that.
There you go.
There you go. I like it. All right.
It's a strategy, science and shit.
Joey, what do you think, man?
By next show, I think the 7-day is going to be minus 1.17%.
Oh, he's got like Are you sure you want to add a 0.5 in there?
I'm sure.
All right. Wait, up or down?
Down.
Oh, you said minus. That's right.
Yep.
I blame the beer. Joe? You're muted, my friend. I cannot hear you.
What do you got on this one, man?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you go first.
Oh, okay. I'm I bet we're up a solid
0.08.
Curiosity that if that's actually the alcohol volume for DUIs in Texas.
I bet we're up a solid 3.5%. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go Bitcoin. Let's go Bitcoin. And what about you, Joseph?
I'm gonna go ahead and rely on the negative side, and I'm gonna Price is Right, Joey. I'm gonna go
Oh.
1.71% down.
Come on.
That's why you wanted me to go first. I see.
Yeah,
I
that's
see.
exactly what that was my
We got
strategy
you.
there.
I got you. Alrighty, guys. Well, like I said, let us know your answer in the comments below. Let's see who's closest. Tune in next week. It is a pleasure as always. Thank you so much for watching the Crypto Brew Show. And last thoughts, Angela, you want to say a quick bye-bye?
Bye-bye. How's that?
All right, Joey, anything?
To the moon, boys.
And Joseph.
Of course, I'll gladly ride that to the moon after I win this next week's Price is Right competition.
Who are you riding to the moon?
This girl.
Oh!
Yay!
Ayo.
But anyways, stay bold and keep them cold.
Nice. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching the Crypto Brew Show. Salute.